Welcome to today's podcast. I'm your host, Mike Hill. And today's podcast is on Pivot to Positive Brain Model Course. With me today is the author of Stop Drifting, David Ibarra. Welcome, David.
Well, thank you, Mike, for having me here today.
Well, David, again, we are talking about the P2P Brain Model Learning Course. Would you talk about it a little bit for us?
Well, I tell you, I've been a disciple of Dr. Napoleon Hill's work. His most notable book is Think and Grow Rich. But I was introduced to this book at 18. And 18, I was a dishwasher at Farrell's Ice Cream Parlor restaurant. And frankly, I was headed nowhere. I was a young man off on his own at 18, a little on the angry side, and not prepared for life. And I often wondered why. In that book, I discovered why. It all starts with how we think. It's our state of mind. It's either a positive state of mind or we're in a negative state of mind. You cannot be in both at the same time. They are so unfriendly. You're either positive or negative. Now, most of us operate from a negative state of mind, meaning it's based on fear emotions, the things that we're not going to be able to do. I'm on the outside looking in. That wasn't meant for me. Until we're able to pivot to positive and have a positive state of mind, thought setting where we operate within, then good things will not happen to us. But when we do, like attracts like, positive attracts positive, and more positive, and more positive, and you get whatever you want and are willing to work for in life.
Well, David, you talk about that in your book, Stop Drifting. And so many of our people that have read it have contacted you, have contacted us and said, we want more. We want to learn how to do this.
You know, it was really interesting. It is the really the beginning of changing your circumstances, of creating success. Now, think of it as an entity. Is your entity in a positive state of mind or a negative state of mind thought setting? Either are we talking positive, are we anxious to serve, are we Chick-fil-A Disneyland style, or are we one of the convenience stores where it's what do you want? And you're going to be in one or the other. If you could get everyone within your organization to be operating in a positive mind setting, what would happen to your team turnover? What would happen to the guest services? What would happen to your bottom line profit? And more importantly, what would happen to the income received by every team member that works with you? They'd all be positive. So in the book, I introduce the idea of the starting point of success, where we have one fictional business owner talking to another fictional business owner, and he shares with him the secret of success. And it all starts with learning to pivot to positive, to become the switch master of your own thought. We are the only animal on earth that are in charge 100% of what we think. Now, it can be good or it can be bad, so be careful of what you think.
Well, when we talk about this course has been methodically laid out so it's very, very easy to, one, follow the course, understand each one of the sequences in the course. Can you talk to us a little about what they're going to see when they get this course?
You know, it's very interesting. In everything that we do in coaching, it all starts off with helping somebody understand how they arrived at where they're at. And it has to do with understanding how the brain works. Now, I view that, how the brain works, as the rule book to the game of life. Once you understand the rules, how the brain works, and then you can work it in a positive way, you can get whatever you want. Now, it starts with, we're going to talk about the subconscious, how it relates to the conscious, and the imagination. And 80% of our brain is the subconscious, and it will do whatever your conscious seeds within it, good or bad. So how that happens and learning how you can be in complete control can get you to the next parts of how the brain works, which we're going to talk about in our seminar, the dose chemicals, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. And then it'll move to the reticular activation system of our brain and how it is that we gain the beliefs that we get And if you don't have accurate thought in your brain and you move forward with inaccuracy, you're not going to go to the place you thought you were going to go. And then how is it that we get big ideas and good ideas? You know, we are all victims of the whispers of Dr. Doubt that I believe is the adversary himself. But we also have access to infinite intelligence if we have a purpose, we've done the actions, and we simply ask for the guidance. We're going to go over all 4 parts of how the brain works in the Pivot to Positive Brain Model Learning course. It's short, it's easy, and having every one of your leaders understanding how they can manage the heads of the team that they're responsible to grow, and then the team to gain this knowledge. Oh boy, is this switch miraculous. It is magical, and it is powerful. So you also get in the learning course a e-copy of the Stop Drifting book. So all you have to do is sign up for the course and get started.
Well, David, thank you so much, and look forward to the Pivot to Positive Brain Model Learning course.
Thank you.